Yes, we're here live in the center of Madrid where a pro-Palestinian rally is taking place. Sami Doon is the organization that put this together. They are a Palestinian solidarity group. Thousands of people expressing their support for Palestine and their concern that this impending ground assault is going to turn into a humanitarian crisis in Gaza. There's a heavy police presence here, significant police movement. We've seen police have spoken to us earlier and said that they will intervene if they hear any anti-Semitic chants or protest signs. We haven't seen that yet. No violence here in Madrid, but we have seen violence in other places in Europe. In London yesterday, 15 people arrested after bottles and flares were thrown at police. Also disturbances in Berlin. In Paris on Friday, the police had to disperse a pro-Palestinian rally with water cannons and tear gas. Like I mentioned, no sign of that yet. Still very peaceful here in Madrid. Now, of course, in Europe isn't the only places we're seeing rallies like this, both in favor of Israel and Palestine. Tokyo, Rio de Janeiro in Brazil, the United States, Istanbul, all across the world, people are expressing their views on this conflict. We spoke to some people here in Madrid who expressed their opinions, again, on both sides of this conflict and this issue. Here's what they said.
Palestine has been suffering systematic attacks from Israel, so at some point they needed to defend or avenge for what Israel does.
I don't agree with the Hamas attack. Many innocent people were killed. Regardless of which side you support, these kind of attacks should never happen.
Well, Jewish communities in France, in London, in Paris, also taking to the streets with demonstrations. We saw in London just today a vigil being held for Israeli victims on the Sabbath. Many of the Jewish community in Paris gathered at the biggest synagogue in the French capital. In Warsaw, the chief rabbi of Poland, Michael Szudryk, he held a multi-confessional prayer for peace. Now, Germany has joined France in banning pro-Palestinian rallies. Many of those continue to take place, and there is some concern that there could be violence that emerges from this. Jewish schools have been closed in the Netherlands, 2 more in London, for example. This is a war and a human tragedy echoing around the world, Paul.